Hey everybody, welcome back to the Extreme Weather Zone. Today we're going to be looking at the upcoming winter storm for the Northeast tonight into tomorrow, as well as the storm coming into the western U.S. that's going to lead to the possibility of a severe weather event Sunday through at least Tuesday. If you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button if you enjoy detailed weather updates. So, the current satellite imagery shows we have a trough here, kind of over the Minnesota, over the Great Lakes region, that's bringing some light snow there, and this is going to go eastward, and that's going to merge with the system that we have down here, the low pressure system. As this goes northeast, these two systems are going to merge to produce heavy snowfall over portions of the Northeast tonight into tomorrow. Then we have kind of a ridge over the western U.S., which is actually breaking down over time as we have a weather system moving into the western U.S. And that's going to go over the Rocky Mountains and help to provide energy for a storm that's going to produce a severe weather event in the Central Plains into the south starting on Sunday and continuing through at least Tuesday. The low pressure system we have down here in the south is actually producing some severe weather potential for southern Florida. The SPC has the day one slight risk of severe weather through tonight for extreme southern Florida, especially the Florida Keys. There's a 5% chance of tornadoes and a 15% chance of damaging winds. And they actually issued a meso discussion a little bit ago, and this goes all the way till 10 p.m. Eastern Time with the possibility of a tornado threat over the Florida Keys for this evening. The most exciting part of this system is going to be the winter storm. This is the HRRR. We could see some really heavy snow just starts developing later tonight, going into tomorrow morning, and then it's really heavy by about 9 a.m. or so through the Northeast. And you even have a slight area possibly of freezing rain, a thin area of freezing rain possibly in southern Maine. And this continues all the way into tomorrow evening, and then it finally moves out on Saturday night. The NAM model is similar. It shows kind of the same thing. It could be a little heavier. It shows a thicker area of freezing rain over Maine. Let's see what happens with that. This continues all the way through Saturday night, and then you have colder air behind this. Total snowfall could be anywhere. This is the HRRR. Total snowfall could be anywhere from maybe 4 to 6, maybe 4 to 8 inches over western New York, central upstate New York could get a little more, closer to 8 to 12 inches in a lot of places. In some areas, there could even be a bit more than that. There could be closer to 12 to 18 inches in some localized areas. Vermont looks like they could get anywhere from 1 to 2 feet of snow. New Hampshire could see even more. The heaviest areas of snow are going to be kind of from maybe the extreme eastern central portions of Vermont all the way through New Hampshire and Maine. It looks like it's going to be this thin area of extremely heavy snow that can add up to over 2 feet of snow. That's going to be pretty interesting to see if this actually happens, where the HRRR is showing possibly 26 inches of snow in central Maine. I'm thinking 2 feet of snow will be possible in kind of central Maine and northern New Hampshire. The NAM model is similar. It shows actually a bit more snow in central upstate New York. It's kind of showing possibly 18 to 24 inches with extreme amounts up to well over 2 feet, possibly even in the extreme areas could be closer to 28 inches or so. In Vermont, is going to get a lot of snow, 1 to 2 feet. New Hampshire could see local extreme amounts, especially in the mountains. They could have 3 feet of snow, according to the NAM model. But it still shows the same thing, that the highest snowfall accumulations will be in kind of central eastern Vermont, northern and central New Hampshire, and central Maine, with 2 to maybe 2.5 feet of snow possible in these areas. And the other thing is the heavy rain across the south. Is these two systems, they kind of merge together. This is the simulated radar. It kind of shows that heavy rain that's kind of been happening across the south. It moves eastward and northeastward up the east coast, and then as it merges with that heavy snow, then it moves away on Saturday night into Sunday. And then you have the system that's moving into the western U.S. You have the one kind of low that moves into the Oregon coast, but then you get kind of a low that kind of goes over the Rocky Mountains, and it brings a lot of snow. But then you get kind of a lee side cyclone that will happen on the eastern side of the Rocky Mountains in Colorado, and this forms around Sunday afternoon. And this low is pretty intense according to the NAM model. It's 981 millibars. If this happens, this could really enhance the potential for severe weather. And then on the north side of this, there's actually a lot of snow that you have to the north of the low. And this could bring a lot of snow for places like Minnesota, Wisconsin, Nebraska, the Dakotas, Colorado on Sunday, and then this will continue after that as well. The Storm Prediction Center has a day 3 slight risk of severe weather for Kansas and Oklahoma, where these strongest storms are expected to develop. Now, the thing is, you do have some kind of favorable upper level conditions. You have that low developing near where these storms are supposed to develop, and that's going to trigger these storms. But the only problem is the instability and the dew points are not that impressive, as we'll see that in a couple minutes. So, yeah, slight risk of severe weather for Kansas and Oklahoma. Generally a 15% probability of severe weather. What we're looking at is that on Sunday we have this low that kind of develops on that eastern side of the mountains in Colorado, and then that by the late afternoon that really helps to trigger these storms in the slight risk area. Is we do have kind of this is the 500 millibar height. It does show kind of favorable conditions. You kind of have upper level diffluence that does produce favorable conditions for severe weather. But the thing is, the CAPE, the convective available potential energy, is not extremely high. It's about 1,000 joules a kilogram, which is not extreme for severe weather. The highest potential is kind of in this area where it could get close to 1,000 at some point later in the afternoon on Sunday. The dew points are not impressive. The low 50s is not necessarily favorable for severe weather, but you do have that low forming right where these storms are supposed to develop, and so that could really help to trigger some storms, but there isn't necessarily enough moisture for a big severe weather outbreak. But as the storm moves eastward into Monday, you do have the potential for a kind of a line of thunderstorms to develop. This is according to the Euro model. This is Sunday night. The potential for a line to kind of try to develop even down into Texas. But the thing is, then this does go eastward, but that low is really far away. So this is not necessarily favorable. But the thing is, as we'll see, a new low tries to form, possibly down in Mississippi or somewhere in that area, which could enhance the potential for severe weather down along the Gulf Coast. That is a possibility, because there would be really high dew points, and some more instability down there. And this is on Tuesday, so this severe weather event kind of extends from Sunday all the way pretty much into Tuesday, and then it basically falls apart by Wednesday. According to the Euromodel, the Cape is going to be enhanced by that low pressure area. You could have Cape near 1,000 joules a kilogram, but this is not extremely favorable for severe weather at all, and that's why it's only a slight risk. This is by Monday afternoon, early Monday night. We do have a lot more Cape, almost 1,500 joules a kilogram, which is not bad, from southeastern Louisiana over along the Gulf Coast. There is a slight area with potential for severe weather. We'll see what happens there. The SPC does have a day 4 slight risk of severe weather from Monday to Tuesday. So for Monday night, there is a day 4 slight risk of severe weather, which would make sense. We'll see what they do with that over the next couple days. Past that, they don't really know. After this, they don't really know about the potential for severe weather on Tuesday or Wednesday. We'll see. It doesn't look that wildly impressive for any big severe weather events over the next few days, but we'll see. That's about it for today's video. If you liked the video, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and turn on notifications for more detailed weather updates. Thanks for watching. Extreme Weather Zone, out.